Alright, so what are we talking about today? I wanted to have a look at What's Doing Media's YouTube channel, film my commentary here, and put it all together in editing, so I'm excited for that. But I've been following What's Doing Media on Instagram for a while now, and they just post relatively unbiased media coverage of some of the protests in Canberra and throughout Australia, and they get quite up close and personal to a lot of the alt-right groups that others may not be able to get that up close and personal to. And I think they seem to have a position where they can communicate to both the left and the right quite clearly. So they're pretty good at getting some information. They've got 4 videos on their YouTube channel. When I searched What's Doing Media, without the G, by the way, when I searched What's Doing Media on YouTube, it appears that they have been pretty badly shadow banned, and a whole bunch of other shit came up until I had to get it on my phone and then make it open on the Xbox. And yeah. I guess first up, a little bit of backstory. Similar to many other places in the world currently, we've been put under a vaccine mandate. People were protesting that. And obviously within any sort of mass protest like that, there's obviously going to be some decent perspectives and some that are just guided by misinformation. So we're going to react to What's Doing Media going up and talking with some of these people at some of these protests. But I'm a big supporter of vaccines, even just the fact that measles is coming back because there's more mothers that refuse to get their children vaccinated is scary and really devastating for all the doctors and medical workers that dedicate their lives in labs to try to find these vaccines and try to help people, and then it just gets thrown back in their face. I'll try to be unbiased watching this, but I cannot guarantee that I will be as unbiased as What's Doing Media. I highly recommend subscribing to their YouTube and following the Instagram, especially if you live in Australia, because I feel like we're shown a lot of this sort of stuff in an American context, and like, I don't know, our media covers a lot of their political situations, and ours is a lot of just Scotty playing ukulele or putting up a chook shed. So I guess this is going to be kind of a commentary reaction video, but instead of 2 American or Canadian anti-vaxxers and the freedom convoys and whatnot, we're going to be looking at the Aussie participants in this movement. Alright, the first one we're going to watch is from 10 months ago, and it's their video called Melbourne's March for Misinformation. It's a massive army of white people with no mask. I mean, at least she's wearing half a mask. They're all old enough that if they got COVID, they'd probably die from it.
Is this about more than just vaccinations?
This is about everything. This is about lockdowns. This is about all of it.
All of it.
The 5G is going to react with the nanobots that they're putting in the vaccines.
Nanobots.
It's microtechnology. It's technology that's so advanced, they're so tiny that you can't see them.
Nanobots in the vaccines and nanobots in the tests.
They will be able to put thoughts into our brain.
Well, hopefully the vaccine will put some clever thoughts in your brain and it won't be so empty in there. Maybe even compassionate ones, Karen. Try that.
I think it's just a tool to line us all up like little ducks and put us into little cages.
For a group of people that are worried about having thoughts put in their brain, it seems like a lot of their thoughts have been formed by Sky News and the Murdoch media. Okay, so Cindy the hairdresser doesn't like stupid idiots that aren't educated on what's going on.
I don't like idiots. I don't like stupid people that aren't educated on what's really going on.
Bear in mind, any scientist is working for the government, probably a pedophile, shouldn't be listened to. And they're evil, they're trying to kill you.
I can't believe the government and everyone over this fear-mongering with COVID is actually going to fucking dictate our lives and destroy a lot more.
Oh no, there's dogs there. No.
America is the antidote to tyranny.
America is the antidote to tyranny.
Every country that we went to, you know, we might not have gone there for the right reasons, we might not have gone there in the most peaceful way, but they prospered underneath us. We have done more good than we have done bad. Look at us now, look at where we are. This isn't China, mate.
That's pleasant.
This is the second protest I've been to in my life. Why can't they just let us voice our opinion?
A group of people standing being very, very vocal about their opinions on the vaccine are asking why they can't be vocal about their opinions on the vaccine.
I've got lots of opinions on lots of different things, but as far as the vaccine goes, you have to be able to choose what you put in your body.
Got to choose what to put in your body, says old mate Simon selling ketamine to old mate Bucket Hat over here.
We are waking up, and this government is shitting itself.
He also got in on the ket. Oh man, hitting a hole.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! My body, my choice, simple as that.
My body, my choice, says the cunt that's probably against abortions.
Dan Andrews is, mate, the lies, deception. Mate, he needs to be told, mate.
The non-violent protests.
Fuck you, pigs! Fuck you, pigs!
What an absolute banger.
We love the police!
Can't even decide what their opinions are.
So it's a real unfortunate reality of the situation that we're up against some pretty serious opposition here.
Get on the outside! Get on the winning team!
In the Melbourne Freedom Movement. We are coming for all the marginal seats. We are coming. We're going to start a political movement. So this is a protest movement for now, but in the future it's going to be a political movement where we take back the power in this country.
The cis white man one day will take back his power.
And one day, these Victoria police are going to be following the right rules again. The rules that protect Victorians.
Are you there? Trump? Biden?
This man calls the White House and asks for Biden.
White House.
Hi.
Hey, yeah, it's me. Can I just talk to the president? Thanks.
I'm calling from Australia. I was just wondering, is Joe Biden in the Oval Office at the moment? Is he currently the president?
He's with Hunter.
Is Joe Biden the president?
Yes, sir.
He's the president.
For Biden, call.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You've reached the switchboard. So how may I direct your call?
To the Oval Office, please.
I have faith he'll get connected.
Thank you for calling the White House. Proper salutations are as follows. For the first family, dear Mr. President, or dear Dr. Biden.
You're welcome. Hail, CCP.
Hi! Dear Soros cops, how you going? George Soros cops!
No, she's got a baby in that belly.
If you look into a lot of George Soros, if you look into not anything away from Google, it'll say he's part of the elite. He's part of that 1% that are trying to control our freedom.
How much do we want to bet that that kid's not getting vaccinated in its future?
They control the government. They tell the government what to do. And it's not a conspiracy theory. He pays them off, and Donald Trump would not take his money, and that's why they targeted him so much. If you look into Black Lives Matter, he's also the main financier of Black Lives Matter.
BLM was just a ruse.
And all that money went to the Clintons, all of them.
Ah, yes.
So that's who he is.
You make me cry! I weep!
America's going to die with Biden in charge, I can tell you that right now.
You know we're in trouble when they're all looking up to America for guidance.
I believe there'll be civil unrest, big time.
We should be looking at New Zealand, playing James Blunt at their protesters. Hilarious.
There was a cop with a megaphone, and he was warning all the women and children, or he was warning all the children to move away. Yeah. And I said to him, "Why are you going to create violence?" And he winked at me.
I don't know. I was taking video earlier, and they tried to grab my phone. They held it, and then they grabbed my wrist and pepper sprayed me.
She looks fucking good for being pepper sprayed. Loaded up on SPF. I don't know if SPF helps pepper spray. I'm making that up.
I think that they're absolutely delusional.
You make me cry!
As far as I'm concerned.
Of course, the guy in the nice outfit is actually a cool guy.
I think the public health should absolutely be front of mind for all of them.
I weep!
And they're choosing to ignore that. So COVID has impacted us all far too much, and I think that we should move on. Get the vaccinations. They have the freedom to not get the vaccine or get the vaccine, same as all of us. No one's forcing the vaccine down their throat, but if you want to get it, you can get it. I don't think Victoria's a dictatorship.
I love this man.
We should all just enjoy ourselves, get involved in the rainbow movement, and enjoy.
That was amazing. Alright, that was video 1. That was incredible. Rainbow Man. Dreamboat. What an absolute dreamboat. I'm going to rate the outfit and the opinions. I'll give the outfit a solid 12 out of 10 and the opinions get a 15. Bird was really cool. Alright, let's watch the next one.
Really saved me. It's the most amazing thing that happened.
This one is called Exorcism. Yeah, let's do this.
A guy called Zach did a speech, and it was a really good speech, and at the end he read a Bible verse. So I went up to him and I said, hey, I just want to say that was an amazing speech. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, thank you. Tomorrow we're doing a prayer service at the 1,000 Steps in the Dandenongs. And I said, oh, okay, I've never gone to anything like that. So I felt a bit funny because I didn't know anyone. So I just stood to the back of them and I was just like listening to them, whatever. I'm standing there and out of nowhere, I collapsed.
What's your name?
Oh wow, that's actually terrifying.
When I collapsed, my whole face was numb, my body was numb, my hands were like super glued like this, shut. Couldn't move, completely numb. Then they came and started praying over me.
Well, I'm not sure. I think this girl was saying that she's religious, and so maybe the people coming over and praying for her, that was like consensual and what was going on. I'm not quite following whether she's for this or against this at the moment.
Your name's Jezebel.
The demon manifested out of me and then I was possessed for 7 hours.
7 hours. Nothing against religion or spirituality, but if you're passing out, maybe it's time to take a few deep breaths and readjust your situation.
What is your assignment, Jezebel? In the name of Jesus, you must obey.
It's whispering destroy.
For 7 hours, I was on the floor screaming. I was screaming things like, she's mine, she's mine.
Right now, in the name of Jesus. Get out of her right now, hold your body.
They took me to someone's house, so I was unconscious the whole time, and then they baptized me.
Release her. Out.
When they baptized me, that's when
How's the Nazi danders in the background?
I got delivered and the demon left.
I can give her a few chops in the ring.
Proof that God is real. Proof that we're in a spiritual
Oh my god. Are we getting to a point where misinformation's that strong that someone can pass out and think they're being exorcised? I think they've got a demon being exorcised from them. Or maybe this is real, and it's terrifying regardless. Well, I think that's enough of that one. Let's just move on to the next video. The dogs outside have decided to have a field day, going off on a little walk. Luckily, my very well-behaved and amazing boy is just over there napping. So it's not him causing a ruckus, but there is quite the ruckus going on outside. Nonetheless, we will move forward. This is video number 3 on What's Doing Media's YouTube page. This one was posted a month ago, and this is on the streets with the Melbourne Freedom Movement. Zach Dan Andrews, straight off the bat.
Free the children! Free the children! They're basically treating children like pieces of shit. I'm not happy with pedophiles.
He's not happy with the pedophiles. Is anyone happy with the pedophiles?
Sold out to the New World Order, World Economic Forum, United Nations. All government is slavery.
All government is slavery.
Would Matthew Guy be a good alternative? Who's he?
Would Matthew Guy be a good alternative? Who's he?
These people operate underground, apparently there's some sort of satanic cult.
I mean, the other guy might be onto something though, because he's like, I think it's all demonic. And the chick in the last video had a demon exorcised from it. So maybe this actually does make sense. This is all perfectly logical, and science is wrong. It's always been wrong. Science is... Fuck science, right? Am I right?
Conspiracy theorist was made up by the government. Actually, probably don't understand that. That's why the TV was invented.
Oh, the climate change is a lie too. We're fucked.
Andrews has been charged with misprision of treason and fraud. If he
Misprision of treason.
says that he is not guilty, he then has to step down because he has criminal charges against him and he cannot stay in office with that. That's against the law. So.
Oh, I gotta go back. I'm sorry. There's a kid stacking it in the background.
That's against the law. So.
No, we're not going to say kids deserve to fall over, but.
Boom, boom!
Well, bro, I reckon these protests are lacking Jesus.
They're lacking Jesus. He should have been there at the exorcism.
We can all come out and we can protest and do for our freedoms, which is just incredible. But I believe if we're backed by God himself, the creator of the heavens and earth, that's when we're going to see a big impact on what's going on here.
Ah, yes. That's when we'll see the big impact.
Looking for revival, bro. You know, the Bible's prophesied about these crazy times we're living in. It's just irrefutable truth. And it's desperate times we're living in, and everybody needs to acknowledge it and come to see that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So, and then we'll get freedom. There's true freedom in Jesus Christ alone.
That bit scares me, because in Scotty Morrison, who is our current Prime Minister, his religion very strongly believes in the rapture, which is characterised by fire and plague. And if we've seen anything lately, certainly fits the bill, so maybe it is some sort of demonic thing. I think keeping the guy who thinks that's supposed to happen religiously in power is probably not the right way to react, but hey, there's some truth in everyone's opinions. Hopefully. The Halloween, yes. If you believe in Jesus, you're allowed to go outside again.
How are they conspiracy theorists? How are we white supremacists?
The field of white people. How are we white supremacists? It's not like the alt-right or neo-Nazis have shown up to these protests at all. It's not like there's actual white supremacists there essentially standing next to you. Maybe that's the group being referred to.
I don't understand it.
All the left wing rounds them up and kill them like they want to do to us. Might be a bit harsh, but look what's happening to people. You can't even go to the bloody shops now because you don't have a forced medical procedure.
That poor man. Kill the entire left because he can't go to the shops without a vaccine to save other people from potentially dying of COVID.
My body, my choice, that's actually their slogan as well. But I'm using it for my body, my choice over this DNA altering mRNA vaccine. You know, it's my body, my choice what I put onto it.
So you guys are against abortion?
Are we surprised?
Got off the train in the city earlier today and I saw the police and I went to run away and hide, and then I was like, oh no, I don't have to run away from the police this time.
So how much did you get fined in the end?
$5,500 in the end.
What would a $5,500 fine do to your life?
Well, I don't have $5,500.
I mean, though I may disagree with why they are protesting, fines for things like protests essentially just make it so that the poor are the only ones that get punished.
Kill up, Bill! Kill up, Bill! Kill up, Bill!
Split my whole family in half, mate. My girlfriend doesn't want to get vaccinated.
I didn't think this was going to make me sad.
I had some minor surgery about 13 months ago, middle of October last year, just to drain out like an internal infection on the inside of your body because of Crohn's disease. I went back into hospital on the 25th of October, which was Monday night, and I had a little bit of trouble with the way I was treated in there because I wasn't masked up, because I was unjabbed as well, and they said, look, you will not be able to have your surgery until you get vaccinated.
It's devastating. But like, you'd be going into a ward where there's potentially 13-year-olds that are on chemo that'd die from you potentially carrying COVID in there. It's not just a case of they're just preventing you from getting that surgery and that treatment for no reason.
You just can't deny me this surgery is neglect. It's illegal. And they just said, look, you can't be in the CT room with the machines to be vaccinated. I said, well, what's your reason behind this? And they said, because you could spread COVID all over the machines.
It's a matter of statistics, and more people would die if you were to allow all the unvaccinated into the hospitals, especially ones where they are already treating already ill people, because chronic illness does exist, even though we all seem to want to forget about it, and those people deserve to be safe as well, and they already spend half their lives in hospital, so like, give them a fucking break. Though I empathise with the guy that lost his wife or girlfriend or whatever and has to find a new house, empathise with anyone whose family's been split apart because of these opinions, but unfortunately half of the misinformation on one side's a lot more dangerous than the other.
Can I ask, are you immunocompromised?
Yes.
Are you not like scared of what will happen if you contract COVID?
Honestly, no, because there's no evidence to prove that one, COVID exists, and two, prove that it's actually deadly. Considering I've been a part of this as an aspiring journalist for 15 months now, why haven't I gotten sick?
Well, that one was sadder than I thought it was going to be. I hope that guy doesn't die. Oh man. Alright, this last one, we're going to watch their most recent video. This is the one that inspired me to make this video and inspired me to try to share this around with as many people as I possibly could. This was the video, the convoy to Canberra. This is the one that I struggled to find online because of their shadow banning. So make sure you hit that bell when you subscribe to them, because I feel like that's one of the main ways. And just check up on their Instagram and YouTube to make sure they haven't posted anything juicy or new that would be good for your brain to ingest. All I have to say about Convoy to Canberra, and so let's watch.
It's help pedophiles, isn't it? Hey, since the vaccine came out, what happened? 50,000 cases a day. Does that work? It's not working,
It's the pedophiles again.
How you going, enemy? Channel 7, Channel 9, all of it. They are part of this massive Murdoch fucking bullshit.
That I agree with. They're just working.
I asked him what station he works for and he can't tell me. That's not doing his job.
Doing his job.
For who?
Leave him alone.
For who?
What's wrong with you? Go away.
What is wrong with you? You walk away. Other people in this country don't have a job right now. Why should he have one? Hey, you should go to jail. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Don't you dare.
I'm not touching you, mate.
Don't you spit on me.
I'm not even spitting on you.
Oh, I'm not spitting. I'm not spitting.
On me.
I'm not even spitting on you.
Gremlin. What is with these people and spitting on people? Disgusting. Disgusting.
They were having a go at people, arresting people for parking on the grass.
Arresting people for parking on grass that I think is traditionally owned land that they should not be on anyway.
So we're all your friends. I hope you enjoy what you're doing today, buddy.
You can tell the crowd's mostly white because of how the police just stand there and take it.
I can tell you no because you're not saying it. If you had something to say, in Canada should be saying it, but you're not saying a word.
He's so chill about it. Oh my goodness. It's like, nah.
Australia back the way it was. When I was a child, I could walk the streets. I had no trouble that someone's going to do something to me, you know? I could go to school, have all the friends I want. And now they have to homeschool because the government's ruling our kids and wrecking their brains and brainwashing them.
I'm sad because I can't go and spread a deadly virus at primary schools anymore.
Why the fuck should you sit at a desk for 6 hours a day as a child, every single day, and indoctrinate them? I believe in God, so he's my leader. He's my father.
I don't need school. I've got God.
Not these people.
What if it's a religious school?
Satanic worshippers? Freemasons? The Rothmans.
The Rothmans.
You know, we do know that blood is important. We understand why blood's important to them, and they're trying to interfere with our blood, with the vaccine, you know, with the transhumanism agenda and all that sort of stuff.
No.
They're manipulating our blood and compromising people's immune system, make them less human.
Save you from the virus, make you less human.
Yeah, so on the independent media, Yeah, good stuff, brother. Fuck yeah. The Aboriginal people have been living in this country for 50,000 years and longer, and they've never needed vaccine.
Except for that COVID disproportionately affects Indigenous people within Australia, and I think there's less access to vaccines in those areas as well, plus probably less access to medical treatments. They never even had those diseases until they were brought over by white men coming over from Britain, so hey, you know.
With the Aboriginal guys and stuff like that, when they set fire to Old Parliament House, the police set fire to Old Parliament House. We were having a smoking ceremony on the stairs. It was a peaceful protest. There was nothing going on. And then all of a sudden, smoke starts bellowing out from behind the door. And then the news, mainstream news, says that the Aboriginals were the ones and we were the ones that started the fire.
This plan that's happening, I believe that we were predestined to do this. Everything that's rolled out over the last month was meant to be.
The thing that makes it so sad is it's a mix of people that genuinely want something positive for everyone and genuinely are reaching for eventual equity and universal healthcare and a socialist environment, and they're mixed in with people who genuinely want to kill all the left or genuinely think negatively of the Indigenous people of this land or of other lands.
We will bring together in unity and solidarity with our non-Indigenous brothers and sisters.
You've got Indigenous people protesting next to white supremacists and almost not knowing about it. The cats come in meowing.
So what do we get is a movement. And what's happening now is a revolution.
Spirit of this great land, I am all sovereign.
Our Jen was 17 when she was here in 72 when the Tent Embassy was first established.
I don't know if it was obvious before, but those Freedom Rally protests were not part of the Tent Embassy.
So that was my name they gave me. I was the baby of the embassy in 72. This is known as an Aboriginal protest site. These white people, I had an insult last week when I first got here. White woman telling me she's sovereign.
I am all sovereign.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking our language, they're trying to take the narrative from the embassy, and they lie all the time. This is not important, we're not here for the embassy, but it's a very convenient background.
Honestly, I think they're disassociating themselves with it without much communication with the Tent Embassy in general, so it's pretty gross.
Their own communities have all spoken up and denounced it all.
They've been outspoken in condemning what they're doing here. But all these people got to go home to the black fellas especially got to go home to their own mob, and they will be judged by their own people on their conduct here. Gotcha. They have been told by the local elders and by the elders of this embassy, which I represent at the moment, that they're not welcome here. They besmirch our protocols, they degrade our heroes. I mean, it's been the most insulting and degrading spectacle I've seen in all my 50 years down here. What more can I say?
I don't even have words for that woman's pain. That's just devastating.
BLM and Antifa's being funded by the deep state, basically, because they're trying to destroy the Western economies.
All lives matter. All lives matter. Every single child, abortion.
We support abortion here. We believe you should get a choice. What do you think, Mittens? Ew, you're so dirty.
If you knew what they do when people have abortions, what they do with the aborted fetuses, what they sell them.
What we're trying to do is wake up the ant. All the craziness, the insanity is designed, not for us people that are awake, that know what's going on. It's designed for the sleepers.
The sleepers, Kang. I'm so happy to laugh at it, and then I see someone getting emotional, and it just tears me apart. Realistically, no matter how people have got to the conclusions they've ended up at, I think a lot of this is still genuinely really, really fear-based, which is just sad.
So blank in your face. You have a heart. You are us. You are flesh. You are blood. Then stand with us. Protect the children. Stop protecting the pedophiles.
I don't think every person there is making this up for the sake of hurting the public health system or just to do pure evil. I think they genuinely believe in what they're saying.
You protect pedos. Fucking disgraceful.
Fucking disgraceful. Almost more concerning than doing evil just for the sake of doing evil, because they think it's for the sake of good. I guess I sound like Jordan Peterson. Ow.
You are filthy, disgusting people.
Pussy! Shut your mouth. Tell me to shut up.
If you go 6,000 years from creation, plus 33 for the age of the good Messiah, Jesus, take off 5. We're about 5 years ahead, according to, people that understand the calendar and all that. Is 2028, take off 7 for a biblical tribulation, or if it's 3.5, it's a lead up. If you can't see what's happening, you're asleep.
Minus 32, and you take away a train, and then you add a few candles on there. And then if you flip it upside down and look at it on a Wednesday, it'll be on 2028 that the world will end. You'd have to be an idiot not to work that out.
2028end.com. Go check it out. My opinion, and a lot of people around the globe, this is the end of this age. It's all coming to a close.
It's going to end if you all keep doubting climate change.
So all this is great. Find your tribe. Be prepared. It's all going to get really ugly. We're just getting warmed up.
That felt like a threat. Oh my goodness. So the final video, I feel like progressively gets a little bit more troublesome, simply because these protests have been going on continuously for a long time now, and police action has been relatively minimal. I was going to include some of the posts about pink eye and fungus and being attacked by the RAFs. I'm going to sound like an idiot. I don't know what they are. That were on What's Doin's story. Police were using certain measures to keep them all away. Measures more extreme than playing James Blunt at the crowd like New Zealand did. But from further investigation, which you'll also see on their story, which is why you should follow them on Instagram, a few people that seem to be professionals in that industry chimed in saying that the suppliers weren't credible and the machines probably aren't that credible, especially given the price that they were at compared to the price that they are professionally. But hey, that's up to you to decide. I looked at the blisters and thought it looked like a bit of sunburn, and a lot of the symptoms that people are reporting sound like COVID. So I'm worried that a lot of these people are actually just going to be really, really sick and are unaware of it. I digress, because this was supposed to be a kind of funny reaction video, and rather than laughing with a lot of Australia's alt-right, I'm sympathising with them, and I'm worried about them. But I guess I wouldn't be me if I wasn't worried about people. So that's this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give What's Doin Media like all of the likes, all of the subscribes, and all of the follows. I felt a bit weird just watching someone else's YouTube videos on my YouTube channel, but when I struggled to find it, I just wanted to make something to show essentially all that they're doing, have like a little, almost like a little advertisement for them, and then hopefully everyone starts following, sharing everything, and the shadow ban can be lifted. I don't even know if that's how YouTube works, or if that will make any difference. Regardless, I think they're a really good media source, and I think the shadow ban's stupid, and we should support more fringe media like this, because as both I and those protesters can agree, a lot of it is controlled by Murdoch media, and that's just not really going to be good for anyone. Having non-privatised media is probably the way to go in any circumstance. But hey, that's my opinion. I forgot to record an outro or a conclusion. Well, there was a bit of a conclusion bit, but I forgot to record an outro for the video, so I'm recording it the next day after spending most of the day yesterday editing and then playing a gig. So this is goodbye. What's the point of this? Oh, follow What's Doin Media.